what's amazing is he appeared shocked. And that's what was amazing. He appeared shocked. Now, we know that there's an ongoing G side. And when I say G side, we not talk about no girl side or nothing like that. Everybody know what go on pan what go on. And the people them are going like say, Netanyahu no forget brought in. Again, it's another thing say I and I man read about these things. And I never thought I would live a life to see these people doing what they're doing. Because anybody would have eyes, and you have to use the common things them that you have in life. Anyone that have eyes can see what's going on plainly in Palestine. You understand? Anyone with eyes can see what's going on in Palestine. Now, the one Netanyahu seemed surprised when the entire General Assembly walked out. His defiant speech was to his military representative in the General Assembly because everybody left. And the reason why they left is because they were showing him that they was rejecting his plan. He also rejected the plans to create a Palestinian state and vowed to continue the military campaign to finish the job against Hamas. In defiant address in the United States Nation General Assembly on Friday morning, representatives from dozens of countries walked out as soon as he began his speech in a large public protest for Israel and its audience of world leaders demanding an end to the Gaza massacre. Because it's nothing but that. Now, Netanyahu defied and said Israel will not commit a national side by allowing Palestinian statehood, and sharply criticized the nation that were involved in recognizing just such perspective. Now, I thought that was the simple solution. But like Bob Marley say again, people, because the Rasta man is smart, the only solution is total destruction. And there is no use. No one can stop them now. Check out the real situation. Yeah, nations are warring against nation. When will it end? That's why Rastaman have to fireburn Babylon. You are going to want to forward in the realization that these people are agents of the devil. I and I might have to take a pause sometimes and unplug from the matrix. Because believe it or not, them I was plugged in into the internet. And with the here I go on like say we have some bug hitch up on the wire. And I'm telling you, say you have to open up your eyes. These people cooler than the mustache man. You are going to? Because in 2025, you have over 60,000 Palestinians getting unalive. Israel, the IDF, one of the world's most mightiest army. And you're telling me that they could not form or get a couple of battalions, tank units, with drone units, and walk through Gaza and check everybody and make sure who them arrest. But this is a pretentious game. It's all pretending. Because many people have been saying for 2 years now, imagine that the whole goal of the IDF and the government of Israel is to ethnically cleanse the Palestinians. Now, as we play mental gymnastics in the United States and in the West because of our depraved and lack of moral compass and our cowardice ways of the neo-colonial ideology, the new colonization methods of demonizing people by calling them all kind of T groups and never looking in the mirror of the damage we do. But just like the Rastaman said again, and this time I will be quoting Anthony B, you don't have to say that you are sorry for all the wrongs that you have done. You hear me? Because the whole world has been watching and hoping that there is such a thing as justice. But as we perpetuate one of the world's biggest fable, and we see out our eyes, now we understand why they do not like an eye for an eye. But with technology today, people are waking up and they're turning around from the fake news. Yeah. And they're tuning in and also tuning out. Come here, tell you, say, under the see me. People, you have not seen me. Because I unplug purposefully. Yeah. To regain my energy. You think that's some joke? Yeah. See, the Most High is omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent. And guess what? The devil want to be that. That's why he was cast away from the Most High. You arrogant. So, is it true I and I man are children of the Most High? Devil always watching me. And sometimes I just purposefully show him me. Yeah. Deep Roots TV. You're listening to Rastafari Soldier, yeah. And I man vow, I man will never quit. I man vow again, people. I won't leave you that long. But I had to gather a certain moral compass to move on from here, because I swear time is the master. And as we forward through the 21st century, you have to win your freeness and your security, because they are here to take your liberty. You see, my mother and my father already fought for my freeness, and I full enjoyed it. Yeah, as a child, I recognize right now that I was more free than now. And as governed men try to govern men, They're going to manipulate certain things and perpetuate their fallacy. Yeah, and try to fool up the population purposefully. And many leaders in position that are high have low morality and have an ulterior motive. So as we put them in power, they deceive the same people that put them in power. So I man, I tell you, we have to keep these leaders accountable. Right now, Benjamin Netanyahu is wanted by the International Criminal Court for acts of that genocide, where he's trying to genetically erase a certain people. Yeah, I'm talking about the ancient people of Canaan, to perpetuate the same fallacy of imitation. If you don't know the illusion that I'm talking about, so when you see the United Nations walk out, the entire world walk out upon the government of Israel, then them can't be wrong. Everybody cannot be wrong, and you and the United States right. But this is a world level of aha. This is an aha moment, or they would call a watershed moment. The world is seeing what real racism is, what real white supremacy is on this level, what real evil is, what the lack of humanity is. We come into the understanding how the mustache man could have done this to his own people, to try to genocide an entire nation. So, my families and friends, man, I tell you, say, stop being a coward. I am not telling you to do illegal things, but let your voice be heard. Let your dollars be spent in an appropriate way, because that's the only way you can do this. I was in Jamaica during the summer, and I expect marches and protests when Benjamin Netanyahu came to America, and I saw nothing. I mean, the few local stragglers don't compare with the energy that I see they put out for the United States president. You have to pressure your government with legal protest and lobbying, or vote them out. Because what's going on, to see that the Biden administration and the Trump administration has laid in the same bed with the government of Israel, that's obviously demolition in the Gaza, destroying one of the oldest historical location on the planet, is disappointing. And the people them really have to look and decide, is this the kind of government them want to control the West? England, Germany, they're all in bed. Now I see they're coming up with a 20-point plan. And guess who is going to be in there? Tony Blair. Another person that should not be involved at all in Gaza. But you see the supremacy play. You see the supremacy play. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a travesty for the world, for humanity as a whole, to hear the horrors of the story that the Judean people, or the, not Judean, but I would say the Jewish faith, the people of the faith, the Jewish faith went through in the time of the terrible rule of the mustache man. I mean, these things were like horror stories to us, horror movies. And to learn that Palestine, the Palestinians, opened their arms, opened their country to them, and they are being paid back with being unalive, being disrespected and treated like they're inhumane. That's why I tell you, families and friends, and as you see, you can hear my name, Rastafari Soldier. Yeah, I'm Jamaican, so if you're listening to me from other places, just be patient and train your ears, because I will go in and out of English. But like me, I tell you, I know everyone that asks for help, you should help. Because sometimes you're strengthening someone to unalive you. It's a shame. On the United States, on their claim for human rights, it's a shame. On the international courts, in the claim of rule of law, it's a shame. On England and the first world that claim that they developed the UN, the one that's working to hold Benjamin Netanyahu and its cronies, because I'm not Benjamin Netanyahu alone. Germany, England, United States, many other leaders are involved. And it's a purposeful annihilation of these people. And it's a shame that this continue on a world stage. It's a shame that the media has put in so much effort not to cover our modern day Holocaust. It's a shame that we have watched live on our TV a genocide, but the revolution will not be televised. People, what we're saying is, they have the power of the media. They have the power of communication. Out of sight, out of mind. So you can't really get a full grasp of what's going on. But believe it or not, families and friends, when you go on alternate social media other than the mainstream media to consume the destruction that has happened in some of the most holy lands on the earth, it's a shame to call yourself American, to call ourselves humane. And it's disappointing. I, man, voted in the US election. I'm a vote for Donald Trump. And this is one thing that I'm saying. No. Not at all. Donald Trump, you should be arresting Benjamin Netanyahu, or at least advising him to stop the massacre of the innocent Palestinians, instead of hugging him, instead of snuggling up with him, instead of bringing him to the United States multiple times. You have met with Benjamin more than 4 times, probably the most in the last 30 years. It's a shame that it is a collaboration between the most powerful countries on the earth against one of the weakest set of people on the planet, a set of people that has no country, no state, and all they're asking you is to allow them a piece of their space, a slice of their own cake. And it's a shame that we continue to perpetuate as if we care. Yo, free Gaza every day, every time. The Gazans are the African cousin. The Gazans are people of the book that you're reading. The Gaza is a struggle symbol, and we should not forget that. And it's a shame that we have allowed ourselves to make America and Israel perpetuate a lie, to make America and Israel continue to desecrate a holy land and a holy place, and eradicate an ancient and holy people. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Rastafari Soldier here of Deep Roots TV. Yeah, thank you for listening. Yeah, if you're live, share it up for me, leave your comment. I want to move on to the next story that I have on the file. But like I said, I haven't spoken to you for a while. So if you haven't seen the channel up, I'm still up. Check your subscribe button, check your follow button. Follow the Rasta man. I'm going to try to go live more on TikTok because I find myself in other people's chat, in other people's live. And I'm going to try work this up because I realize that some people get paid. I haven't gotten $1 off right yet. And I'm trying to figure it out. If you know how to make some money off of it, me and them must tap some roses and all that. So if you like how the Rastaman speaking, what the Rastaman saying, just go ahead and share up the file. If you know if you're sending in some money, I don't know how I go on. Jump on this TikTok app for about 6 months or a year. I've been here for a while. But, you know, I'm not here looking really for the cash and the spoil, you know. I'm here to tell the truth. Yeah, welcome to Deep Roots. It's Rastafari Soldier. Yeah, red, green, and golder. Speaking the truth make I man bolder. I want to go on.